Hey, this is Paul Evans, and welcome to Signature Sequence, which shows you how to launch a signature product, $97 to $997, because those rules are different. Now, these videos are not going to be long, but it will help you center in on exactly what you need to be thinking about, processing, and really helping your clients get in a position and be ready to buy. So Prime is all about priming the pump. It's all about getting people psychologically ready for the sale. So let's say that we're going to begin that on Monday. The door's going to open on Thursday. What are you going to do between Monday and Wednesday to be able to allow that to really take shape and to get them in that buying mood? Well, here's the sequence that I like to use. This first E is engage. How can I engage people? Break them out of where they're mentally spending their time, their energy, their effort. They're used to getting emails. They're used to being on Facebook, on Twitter. I've got to do something that's going to help capture their attention. And usually I use video. Now, a lot of people use PDFs or use audio. I think all of those are fine. I tend to use what I like the most and is easiest for me to produce. Now, you might think, well, Paul, that's going to keep some people out of your system. And it might very well. Probably if I put it in every single form, it might help. But here's the thing. What you don't want to do is give people too much stuff to get involved in so that they don't think, well, I'm going to go through all this first, and then once I complete that, then I'm going to end up getting this product, and I'm going to be ready to go after that. So instead, you want to just simply get them engaged right out of the bat. So I like to do that with videos. Secondly, you want to educate them. They've got to figure out exactly what's going on. My first video talked about what is a signature product and 5.5.5 reasons you need one. So they're engaged, and then they're also being educated. Now, education does not mean that you tell them all about your product and everything that's inside your product. You want to educate them about that end result. Like in this case, they're going to have a signature product, sell something for $97 to $997, and they're really going to impact their marketplace and set themselves apart from everybody else in the marketplace. So that's really what the education is about. It's not about how to create a signature product. That's obviously what's being sold, right? And it's not going to be what you're going to do with your audience is to educate them on every aspect of the how, but instead you want to give them details and help them hit these next two D's. You want to help them decide, and you want to give them some desire. This is where I'm a little bit different. Some of you might disagree with this, but I think the decision ought to be solid. I think that I ought to give enough information for people to decide if they want to buy the product or not. For example, with my signups, I didn't simply ask people to opt in for something and not relate it to the signature product at all and not talk about the signature product. You signed up for this list and it said, hey, if you're interested in creating a signature product or you want to get on the waiting list or you want to know more about it, depending on which page you landed on, there was a decision. You at least raised your hand and said, yeah, I'm interested in a signature product. Whereas a lot of people would have said, why don't you say something about product creation and just give away something, and then you can hit them with the sales page. But you're going to get a lot more opt-ins if you kind of disguise it and it looks just like goodwill and freebie stuff and it doesn't look like a sales coming down the road. Well, I don't know that people really like to be blindsided by all that. So I think that if right out of the gate, before they opt in, folks can make that decision, then I think it's easier to make the sale when it comes time for the doors to be open. Now, again, this is for a $97 to $1,000 product because these are not impulse buys. Now, if it was a $7 product and I had people opt in for a freebie and then, hey, on the very next page it said, hey, buy this for $7 and they didn't know it was coming, I don't have a problem with that because it's a low-level impulse buy, right? It's no big deal. But something that requires a greater investment, greater work on the part of people, I think the decision is pretty good. Then you want to create desire, that they want that end result. So as these videos were being released, the goal was for those that we're going to communicate to, for those that they were going to activate, it would create within them a desire to create a signature product and to also help them feel the responsibility of doing that. And we did that through two videos. One was the more principle, which basically said there's more amateurs than pros, there's more starters than beginners, and on a scale of 1 to 10, if you're a 5, you can help everybody in the 1 to 4. Hopefully you saw that video and know what I'm talking about. That helped free people up from feeling like, I don't know if I know enough to create a signature product. And then the next video was called The Authority Myth. And that was for those people who feel like I'm not an expert, I'm not an authority, so I don't know if I have a right to produce this product. And I used the example of Chris who called me and asked for my workout, and you got to actually hear the voicemail, which is part of engagement, right? Because you heard that, and this guy's from across the pond, and you're interested in his accent, because obviously I don't have an accent. And so that was a draw, and it really set your mind to an open level to say, you know what, I don't have to be an authority. As long as I can help people get from where they are to at least where I am, I can be extremely helpful. And it's worth charging for that, because people don't want to keep wandering around, and they don't want to keep searching, and they don't want to keep questioning. It's just like with Signature Product. Could you go out and create a product and maybe even create a high-level product? Maybe you could, but maybe you don't know all the steps, and maybe you don't know the sequence that you really need to use, or maybe you don't know how to package it, or maybe you don't know how to take all your content and select only what's best, or maybe you've got 10 ideas and you don't know which idea is the best idea, right? See, that's because I help people get from where they are to where I am, being able to handle all of those steps without a problem whatsoever. So just the same things can take place with your product. You're going to help people get from where they are to where you are. But it all begins by priming them. Engagement, education, helping them with a decision, creating the desire. I tend to do that through videos. You can do that through PDFs. You can do it through audio. You can do it through emails. It really wouldn't matter. But the key is to have at least 3 days of warm-up before the doors open, so that they're already making that decision. They're already ready to receive that email that says the doors are open. Because right when the doors open, you will have sales. When the doors opened to Signature Product, guess what? There were immediate sales. Why? Did these folks read the sales letter? No. They'd already decided, and they already had the desire. All right, so that's it for video 1 of Prime. Next time, we're going to look at promotion. How do we promote, especially during those heavy sales days of 4 through 7? So 1 through 3 generally tend to be the Prime period. 4 through 7 tend to be the promotion period. So in the next video, we'll look at that a little bit closer and really help you flesh out some of the key elements that you need to be doing during your promotional period. All right, that's it for video 1 of Signature Sequence. This is Paul Evans for YourSignatureProduct.com. As always, success is not an accident. Be blessed.